We're racking up average costs across the city from venue to venue from 18K to 35K a month on the lower end. In California, I think we're looking closer to 125K per month. A lot of other venues are just taking mountains of debt on. We're all just trying to stay open until we can reopen, be around for when everyone comes back for music.
While the pandemic is going on, all of our buildings are closed. We still have expenses that we're responsible for. And we don't qualify for a lot of the loans that bars and restaurants in town do qualify for a variety of reasons. We kind of had to make our presence known and introduce ourselves in a strong way to City Council, to the Office of Arts and Culture, to the Mayor's office.
It costs about $1,000 a day to stay closed for us, and I think we're on the low side. With not being able to move, with having a super high rent, can't get rid of your insurance, right? With all that, you're in this place where you're shelling out like thousands upon thousands of dollars every month. There's no clear sense of when we're going to be able to open.
Right now, since we've been closed, we have not been able to have any business at all. We put off our anniversary in 2020 of April, would have been our 20th year. And we are holding on to in hopes of reopening in a different format where people will be spaced out and people have to wear masks and people will sanitize. And so we look forward to that day for it to be safe again.
We know that live events contribute to well-being and morale, but we also know that we contribute millions of dollars a year to the local economy. This building alone generates around $14.4 million for the economy, and that's everything from the bars and restaurants on this block to local ride-sharing services to hotels, Airbnbs. So if any one venue were to close their doors permanently, it would have a domino effect on the other businesses in the area.
The history of this city is embedded in a lot of these music venues. Venues really become staples of the communities and the neighborhoods that they're in. So when you see a venue die out in a neighborhood, you're also going to see other windows get boarded up. People aren't going to walk through there anymore. Ultimately, sometimes those neighborhoods become unsafe when they were great fun places.
We love this scene. We grew up here. We grew up in the scene here, going to shows, supporting small places like this. So, now we're doing what we can to give back to these kids so it doesn't go away. It's hard work. It's a lot of hard work, and you only get out of it what you're going to put into it. So, all day at our other jobs and then coming here at night and helping what we got to do here at night, whether we want to or not, just because that's what we got to do.
Zero revenue for a year and counting now with high overhead costs, and it's hard to kind of wrap your head around reopening when you're thinking a lot about the survival of your business, your venue, your industry, and your career.
At the end of the day, it's expensive to keep these buildings open, and if there's no peak bodies inside of them, then the people who are running these businesses are just feeding them until hopefully this is all over with so that they'll still be here.
Most of the support has come from the scene and the bands and the kids who do come here and want to help keep this place alive.
Venues, for the first time maybe in San Francisco, have organized into two coalitions, the San Francisco Venue Coalition, the Independent Venue Alliance.
I guess I would really recommend that people sign up for newsletters from the National Independent Venue Association. They've been doing a really great job on the federal level, kind of trying to put together some legislation that's going to pull our venues through.
NIVA put together this coalition. They got this bill together. A bunch of other industries and kind of special interests got into the bill, which is actually fine. Like, nonprofit theaters are in the same boat, so are museums. Like, everybody is hurting. But basically, there's $15 billion as a carve out for the industry. That was passed in December. It's March, and they still don't have an application.
We want to be reopened. We want to reopen when it's safe, but we need help to get to that moment.